and now we started exploring the volcano, the fire area. Well, we always had a cold resistant and a heat resistant metal armor, but the places we were going to did not need the heat one. We needed it in the desert, and obviously we're gonna need it here. Yes. Yes, we do. We're not gonna use as many here, because this area is lower level. We're still gonna mark some things down, but not as many. Oh, also, we farmed 11 beacons, and we butchered 10, and we still didn't get the schematic. But somehow we only got the drops from like 5 of the butchers instead of all 10 of them. And then we killed another one afterwards. So right now we're 17 kills in without getting the schematic. But the 18th one is the one. I'm feeling it. The next one is the one. Surely. I dip for a little bit to check out the game where I'm actively not looking at stream, and you're fucking Columbus, you're discovering America and shit. The RNG hates you. It's 3%. So technically, we can go up to 33 without getting one, and we're still within the expected margin. We killed, what, 16, 17, right? 17. So, we're still not exactly unlucky yet. But King Paka gave us the schematic in first kill, and it's the same chance. So, you know, it doesn't feel good when I'm not even gonna use that one. Warsect also gave it to us in the first kill. But the 18th is the one. I'm feeling it, surely. Oh, we also saw these two guys. Like this little statue right here of these two guys. They are, hold on, right there. We saw them in flesh. That's a fight for later. It's one of the legendary fights. Statues come alive in the game. No. There's a few statues scattered in the world of the legendary pals. So it's like either foreseeing it or like paying tribute sort of thing, you know. The statues remain statues, but those things actually exist. It's like you'd have a statue of your mayor, right? Like, it's not like the statue would move, but the mayor still exists. And you can meet him in town. There are statues of the other ones as well. I pointed out another one earlier, and I'm gonna show it to you here in a moment, because we're about to see it. There are big fights. Yes, that is one of the big fights. Well, not exactly a moment. It's gonna take like 10 minutes, maybe a bit more to get there. But we're gonna see one of the ones in flesh on this island. We also leveled up, I suppose, but that's from the eggs. Like a lot of the eggs that were hatching give us spells that we didn't catch before, or not 10 of them at least. Sometimes not even one. So they gave us a lot of experience, because the bonus for catching scales with the levels. It's basically a lot of passive experience just from the hatching the eggs. No. Okay, I don't have more space, so I'm just gonna go to that teleporter. There's no other teleporter closer. think.
Yeah.
We... Wasn't this guy green, or does he look green during the night? I don't think he was ever green, but like in that area where it was everything frozen and stuff, there's different lighting, so yes, it looked a little bit different there, I guess. No, what is blue? See? We caught that guy, 8,000 experience. This guy, again, 8,100 experience. Is there a level cap? Yes, 50. You can just become a god doing stuff. I mean, levels do help a lot, yes, but it's very, very easy to do levels. Like, I think you get level 50 from like either hashing eggs or capturing paths or whatever, before even getting to like half of them in total, and you get the level. Endgame coming soon? No. Well, currently we are about, let me think, maybe 19 hours in, 19 to 20 hours in this playthrough, which we're getting pretty far for the amount of time we spent, but we're mid-game. Well, we're not even properly mid-game yet. With the levels we are, with the gear and everything else, we aren't. For us to be mid-game, like properly mid-game, we need to build the third base, we need to fix this one, so have like 3 fully functional bases to set up towards the late game. And then, in terms of this, there's a lot of things we need to build and craft and do in order to get to actual mid-game. Even though technically a lot of them are unlocked. Like look, I unlocked these things at 35, I still don't have them built. Like, this is not built, I don't have those resources at all, I don't have these either. I don't have that built. I didn't even get this armor. So like, our level is 40, but our progression is like 33, 34 right now. We're not even fully mid-game. But we got a lot of levels just from the exploration. Yeah, we already did that, but like, the benches have tiers. So there's 3 types of benches. In this case, you're gonna see the assembly line version. But there's better assembly lines than this, and I think there's like 2 more better assembly lines than this. And before this, they were just benches. And every time you get a new one, they unlock something else that you didn't have before. And for example, for the spheres, that one assembly line allows me to make the red ones, the tier 4. But there's tier 5 and tier 6. Those are 2 different tiers of assembly lines. Oh, also we got the cold resistance undershirt. We didn't drop it in a dungeon, we bought it from a vendor. Because why not? Okay, anything else? Alright, I wanted to check on the eating. Got this. Alright, another thing that we did is we did a couple of dungeons in the desert where the area is a little bit higher than our current level, and we got this schematic which we can finally build. We're not gonna wait for it, we're gonna take it later because we're going in the fire area anyways, so we don't use it right now. But the trick with the schematics is that armor right there is this one. So when we got the schematic, we were level 38 or 39, and we could build the armor that we should unlock at 41. And obviously, this is the normal one. The one that we built is actually better regardless, because it's with a schematic. But you can get these items levels sooner than intended if you find the schematic earlier. You know, with your knowledge, you can also make a 10 things to know type video, something guidey types. I mean, maybe I could, but there's probably so many out there already, and I don't really have an audience, so... There's plenty of things that I know about the game, and I'm happy to share, but I don't know if I want to make videos about that. Right, so everything else is in check. I'm gonna go here and keep exploring, and I think I want to go in that direction actually. Schematics are like cheat codes, well, a little bit, yes. There isn't. There is tryhards for breeding, but not for game knowledge overall. I mean, I don't know that. Either way, like off the top of my head, I can't even make a top 10 things that you need to know because there's so many different things you need to know. Also, depends on like who you're talking to. Because I'm sure I can talk to somebody that played like 100 hours and still teach them stuff. But if I were to talk to somebody that played 10 hours or that just started playing, I would teach them different stuff. You know, like it's not the same. Stop lagging, goddammit. Okay, just wants to lag, I guess. Make a 30 things. Watch this video before you play. Ta-da! No, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, depending on who I would talk with, there's different things I would have to say to them. Again, I'm pretty sure even if you play like 200 hours, there's probably still things I can teach you. Like, for example, very easy thing that I noticed when I was doing late game, but you probably don't notice until... Like, you might not notice at all. Even if... See, this is just movement speed. It's nothing in here. Even if your pal doesn't have any traits that increase or reduce attack, defense and work speed, these... Well, the attack and the defense, they increase with the level of the pal. But there's a variation that it gets whenever it gets captured or born. Basically, let's say level 1, this is like 51 or 55 attack. A different beacon that is level 1 without any traits that affect the attack can be 50 or it can be 60. Obviously, it's kind of bullshit numbers because I don't know the ratios of beacon in particular. But like, if you really care about min-maxing it, it has a certain deviation in the base stats at level 1, and that carries over for the higher levels too. So if you have one that is towards the lower end and it gets 50, it's gonna have a few hundred difference compared to one that is towards the higher end. And that is for all the pals. Obviously you shouldn't really care about it because the traits that it gets are more important. But that's why sometimes you can get a level 50 that has like, with all good stats and traits, it has like maybe 1500, but it can also have 1700 attack. Advanced, guys. Beginner video, intermediate and advanced. Maybe. Okay, so look at this guy. This guy, his statue is in a few different places as well. He's one of the legendary pals too. And we're gonna get to see him somewhere around here. We're gonna get to see him, but we're not touching that shit. With a 10-foot pole. It's one of the hardest fights in the game. Rayquaza, Jet Dragon. Does it look like Rayquaza? I don't know how that looks like. The first time you see that statue is in the tutorial island near a different dragon fight. Right here. In front of Poivon, near that statue, there's another statue of that dragon. The variation is between 30 numbers from 1-4 to 31-4. I don't think so. The variation, I don't know exactly how much it is because I didn't check for like any PAL. But it's different for everyone, I can tell you that. Generally speaking, it's just a few. That's Rayquaza. Okay, let's see. Ah, little bit, but like that's just a fucking generic green serpent dragon thing. It's so many of them that look like that. But sure, a little bit. It's not 31 attack points, it's 31 options. But it doesn't solve anything. Like, it's different for every PAL, but they have a min and a max, and they're all between that. Obviously, again, it's a lot more important to have the proper traits that you're looking for than have the proper numbers in the variation thing, even if it's mineral on everything. If it has the right stats, then it's fine, the right traits. But if you're really looking to min-max it, you should have high rolls as well. Did I miss it? Where the fuck is it? It's up there? Wait, hold on. No, it's here. If you get 2 perfect pals, you can rebreed them till min-max. Yeah, see, but here's my counter. In the time you need to get a male and a female that both have perfect traits of the same species and start rebreeding them until you get proper variations, it is better to simply do a different one, because by the time you get one with high variation on it, like high rolls and perfect, I'm gonna have 5 different ones that are perfect. No, yes, I know, because I've done like 6 or 7 of them already. I know how long it takes. PvP is coming out. Yeah, but who cares? Like, the thing with PvP, by the way, other than it's probably gonna be very badly implemented at first, how can you properly match PvP when people play on different settings? Because if I turn down all the sliders to like minimum, easiest, fastest, whatever the fuck, it's a very, very different game than what I'm playing right now. And this is just normal, this is not hard mode or anything. But if I play with the sliders and I turn all of them in like skewed direction to make everything easier, I finish this game in one night. Meanwhile, the way I'm playing right now, and I know what I'm doing, I'm still gonna need like 2 weeks or so to do it. Okay, I might actually do that. That one I can actually use. So it's the pistol, it's the blue one, it's not purple, but if I'm not gonna get the legendary one from the beacon, I'm happy with the blue one. Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's why I'm saying, like, how is the matchmaking gonna work in PvP considering people play on different settings? Yeah, but it's about damage dealt. Like, the last few paths that we fought, our bow, well, crossbow in this case, barely scratches them, and we will need to actually do damage. And the pistol is my weapon of choice because damage isn't bad, rate of fire is pretty good, and the ammo is manageable. Like, it's still gonna feel expensive, but like, if you want assault rifle, for example, that's so much more expensive. But that's why I keep farming the beacon, because if I get the legendary one, you know, like, same cost of ammo, same rate of fire, but double the damage. Yeah, this blue crossbow has carried us so far. It's really good. Just making sure we're going in the right direction. Oh, Dayon, you weren't here before. Like, you mentioned the ammo. We found the desert merchant that sells ammo. And basically, in order to get 1,000 ammo, you need like in between 120,000 gold and like 220,000, depending on which ammo you want. And you can farm 1,000 ammo in less than an hour. But there's no way you're farming 200k gold in less than an hour. Again, later on in the game when there's nothing else to use it on, sure, but until then, you're better off not buying ammo. Kidney spread, I like that one. Don't know if I already have it, but now I do. Merchant, yeah, there's merchant NPCs. How is this the first one you see? We've seen so many, we've worked with so many so far. If you kill the merchants, you're exploiting the game. It's clearly not intended since they respawn. Well, about 3 or 4 different merchant types, but realistically it's one that sells goods, this one that sells items and ammo, one that sells spells, and then a special one that sells better spells. Those are the types of merchants. Free money, it's not intended yet. And either way, like late game, you're gonna have so much money, you're gonna have nothing to do with it. Just play the game the way you're supposed to. Stop trying to abuse shit. Wait, James, but if you didn't know about these, that means you also haven't seen the black marketeers, right? Like, we negotiated with at least like 5 or 6 of them in this playthrough, but they look so fucking sick. This might be good, it's kinda close. Yeah, I missed that. We're gonna go to C1 soon. I can just show it to you. But for now, we need to keep going in that direction. Damn, that's not a thing. There's no way to actually stack merchants. Unless you're talking about capturing them and then trying to kill your own or something. Either way, like, you should really stop looking at like random TikToks of people trying to exploit the game. Most people that do all of those things don't actually play the game, they just put all the sliders on easy and see what they can do with it. That spoils the fun. Like, once you do anything like that, there's no way to going back to playing the game the way it was intended. So then what's the point? How many markers can I place? Oh, I have like 40 left, we're good. Because I know I need like 30 at least for the other area. I don't really care about this area as much. There's like 2 markers that are important here, but I haven't gotten there yet. Deon giving me the get rich quick scheme guy vibes right now. No, he's watching too many random like TikToks and YouTube videos about this. So now he's spewing or like reproducing everything he's seen that is out of place. But again, like small little exploits, like I don't know, abusing a boulder in line of sight and stuff like that in a fight, sure. But things that just break the game compared to the way it's intended to be played, it's pointless. If you do that, you're never gonna be able to play the game the way it's supposed to be afterwards. That Fanglope should not be here. You gotta max all the sliders besides eggs. No, after this run I'm not gonna play anymore until they release new content. Why would I keep playing after I finish this? Like, so far, most of the things that I've done in this run, obviously I thought about it beforehand. It's not like I spent a lot of time doing it, but I'm also not just doing things randomly. There's a method to what I'm trying to do here, but it's so much more efficient than the first time. I'm happy with my outcome so far. Other than the fact that, you know, killing Beacon 17 times didn't give me the schematic. But besides that, like, I'm in graph to finish this in like 60 hours or less. In my point of view. This is still dependent on a few factors though, like, we will need to farm Suzakus at some point, and I intend to breed Suzaku to get a really good one. And the amount of time that will take will influence the amount of time the whole run takes. I also need to finish exploring these things because I need to set up the bases soon, like base 2, base 3. Well, actually base 3 first and then remake the first one. Because I need to start a proper hatchery already. I think I already have what I need for the next combination. My Anubises are doing fine. I have 2 of them right now that can give me 2 perks for the work speed, which is great. But soon I'm gonna need to start breeding for combat.